Oh, hey, how you doing? I haven't had you guys out here with me in a little while. I haven't been out here that much. But I have gotten a few things done. Let me show you around real quick. Check this out. What do we got? Alright. Here we go. We got a new beam going across here. That old rotted ash wasn't gonna work. Let's try that again. Alright, here, check this out. I've gotten a little bit of stuff done. For starters, let's see, replace this beam. Goes all the way across to the top of the flathead. Alright, I got another piece I put in here just to hold it up. I don't think it doesn't even really need it. I thought it did, but I think in time, as this settles, it's gonna put weight on that, and it's overall gonna be a good thing. The flathead itself, the shelter, this is the flathead shelter, the actual flathead shelter from Really Big Monkey. The frame is done, and then how you cover the frame is really up to you. I have a tarp. I bought a tarp to cover it, but I'm almost thinking I don't want to use the tarp. In his video, he used the tarp, and it came out great. It looks nice, and he had some kind of lean-to going across it too. But because I bought two 10-foot by 16-foot tarps, one for the lean-to and one for the shelter. But I think I'm just going to try to cover it with more sticks and then just duff from the ground. I think that should work pretty good. I hope. Let's see what else we got. Put in a couple of supports for the lean-to, just because that's a really long span. This one here is kind of thin. I don't think it's going to be a big deal. Right now it's not even holding any weight, but it's only 3 feet, 4 feet from that. So being so close to that, this isn't going to hold much weight. This one, on the other hand, is going to hold more weight. Still not a lot, because it's still relatively close to where it's ran through these trees. This was a hemlock tree, I believe. I actually took it down with the old axe. But here's the end of it. It's a hemlock or a spruce. Actually, you know what? It's a hemlock. Yeah, right there. A little hemlock. Which is good, because it's a really hard wood for a pine, and it's straight. So I got to knock off all these little pointies right here. A ton of them. And really do a really good job of knocking them down. I was, as usual, in kind of a hurry. But yeah, got all that. The bench. I'm going to do this first today, I think. I want to finish this bench. And while I'm finishing the bench, collect sticks for the lean-to and the flathead. And then collected rocks. Dude, I'm so sick of not having a fire pit here. It drives me nuts. yeah. And hey, peg's still holding strong. Holds my pack. And so far so good. This here, I left this here to hold stuff too. But this is probably just going to hold like a lantern or something, you know, something like that. But yeah, it's coming along. It's getting together. It's starting to actually look like a shelter. Now this is, I wouldn't call this a survival shelter at all. Like if you're in a survival situation, you wouldn't take, I don't know how many man hours to do all this. That would be freaking absolutely ridiculous. Now maybe later on after I'm done with this, I'll do a survival shelter. Like just a quick lean-to. There's so many of them on YouTube. You know, I mean, if I do one, I'd be doing it for myself, for fun. And I guess I'd record it because, you know, why not? But yeah. So I'm going to get to grabbing a few of these. And like the ones I do have here, they're not notched or anything or pegged. You know, these two anyways. They're just kind of sitting here. So yeah, well let's get that done and go from there. See you guys when I get a couple logs to throw on here. Phew. Nice. About these big signs. Beautiful. Roll this one in the back. Arc off of it. Bam. Put that back up. Lungs. Two more small ones. Should be good. Cool. No idea where I'm going to find them. but I'm sure we will. More firewood. Make a mallet, big ass mallet. I do need to make some actual camp tools. So I don't know, maybe. But over your head. Just a flat spot so she don't roll all over the place. Should work. But the other side, do the same thing. The trick is to make sure they're both flat at the same angle. And if you have one like this and one like this, it's not gonna work the way I want it to. So we'll go with this and say, yeah, that looks pretty good. Just the blade of the saw deep. And one here. Maybe one. This wood's fairly dead. Well, actually, it's not fairly. It's dead. It's starting to rot a little bit. So, I mean, it cuts easy. This takes off what I need real easy. And I'm totally comfortable having my foot here to steady the log. Whether I cut this way or this way. I'm not hitting this hard. Angle though, I don't like that. I'm right-handed. Cutting across my body from the left is awkward. If you have to, you can always choke up on the axe too. You get a lot more control up here. The moment of truth. Let's see if this sits the way I want. It actually doesn't look too bad. I went a little deeper here. Get the angles. About the same. Holy crap. Hopefully you guys can see that. But a little wobble to it. I'll take that though. It's big enough to sit on. Solid. And totally big enough to lay on. I dig that. Shitballs. I like that, man. Black flies. Yeah, it's like totally black fly season too. Cool. I got a spot where I can actually sit. I like that. That down tree that I used to sit on, that's right over there. But I like this a lot better. It's fairly level. I think this side over here is a little bit higher, but that's fine. There's no pokies, jabbing you. And for what it's worth, once I get the roof on this, I'll probably cover this with straw or hay and get good horse hay, feed hay, for like $3 a bale. I think one bale would cover this and make it look pretty sharp. And even that, if I can get that over there, the flathead shelter, if I can get that waterproof, like dried in properly, no water like runs underneath it or anything. Put hay in there too, maybe. Because I want this to be all natural. That's why I think I'm not going to do the tarps. The tarps are great. Obviously they're waterproof and they'll last a long time. Longer than I'll probably need them to. But for what it's worth, if I can find enough down trees and sticks and enough duff and bark and crap everywhere, I bet you I can fill this in and make it pretty waterproof. Heck, I can get bales of hay and use the straw as to throw on the roof even once I get enough sticks. It's an idea. I don't know. I do know I want to build a fire pit. So I think it's time to build a fire pit. For real. Time to build a fire pit. And you know what? It's annoying with that creek, right where that camera is, 20 feet behind it, is the creek. And I don't even know if you guys can freaking hear me over the creek. I know in a couple of my videos it's kind of loud and obnoxious. Or maybe my talking is loud and obnoxious and the creek sounds nice. I don't know. This creek's been running so strong because we get so much freaking rain that I think it's just going to be something I'm going to have to find a way to work around or with. Because I like the creek. Love the creek. It's a good swim the whole way. 30 yards that way. 30 meters. And it's right full of fish. The bass are probably hitting right now. Anyways, let's do a fire pit. I'm happy with this. Coolio. I took the liberty of gathering a bunch of rocks. I didn't take rocks from the creek because they explode when you put a fire next to them. They're waterlogged. They've been in that water for hundreds, probably thousands of years. They're waterlogged. Granite, which is what most of these rocks are made out of, is granite. I know rocks, trust me, it's granite. This stuff does soak up water. When you apply heat, the water turns to steam. It tries to escape. It can't. So the rock will have a catastrophic failure. What will happen is, best case scenario, the rock splits. It got too hot, it split, and it breaks in place and just sits there. It remains part of my fire pit. Worst case scenario is, I'm sitting on the bench, which is 5 feet that way, and a piece of rock this big, that baseball sized, gets shot out at me and hits me in the face. And I either die right here, or if I'm lucky enough, somebody calls 911 and my friends on the fire department can come find me in the woods with a big giant gash in my head. I don't think any of those scenarios are ideal. So, these did not come from the creek. They came from a spot about 100 yards that way, over there, and it was a pain to carry them here. But that pain, carrying them here, will be a lot less pain had I just grabbed rocks from right there. It was a creek, it's full of rocks. But no rocks that I'd like to use for a fire pit. So it's very important when you're building a fire pit, seriously, don't get rocks out of the creek or even a creek bed. They can still be pretty wet. And in fall or in the spring melt, those things were frozen. It's snow on top of them if you live up this way. You know, anywhere north of Florida, they've had snow on them. So you gotta be careful there too. And heating up really cold rocks too. You heat up a rock that's really cold real quick, it'll fracture too. So enough of the freaking safety bullcrap. These rocks are good. I'm 99.9% sure these rocks are good. So build a fire pit. It's gonna be like a keyhole. I'm not gonna build like a Dakota pit. It might turn into a Dakota pit if I need to get air to it underneath. I'll put a, I'll make something to freaking get air underneath it if I really need to. I don't think I need to. It's not gonna be a full ring. It's gonna be like I don't know, a key. It's gonna look like it's gonna be kind of a half or 3/4 ring with a spot that goes off to the side. So you have your fire basically right where my knees are. Fire would be right here. And then when you want to cook, you can cook over the fire, or you're going to have the spot that goes off to the side. That spot that goes off to the side is going to be where you can put like hot coals and cook. If you want to cook a steak on hot coals. I think I grabbed a decent flat rock to cook a steak on too. So all kinds of options. This is going to be the outdoor kitchen. Primitive outdoor kitchen. So let's get to it. And there's the fire pit. Click on the rock. And I might get rid of that. So I can also put a grill there. I got my little bush grill. Oh, around the outside. There we go. Around the outside we just stuffed a few rocks. I have zero concern of fire getting outside of that pit. I mean, if I had a nickel for every time I've had a campfire, Jesus, man, I'd probably be retired. But if I had a nickel for every time I had a campfire get out of the fire pit and like burn the area around it, happened once when I was 12. Because I made my fire pit on like really peaty ground. It was all just like pine needle duff, like peat moss type crap. And I thought the fire was out. I came back like 2 days later, and it didn't go out. It burned underground. Burned a huge area. Well, huge, like 10 foot by 10 foot. You know, it didn't start a forest fire. But irregardless, if you're gonna start fires out in the woods, make sure you know what you're doing. You know, otherwise, stick to the little camp stoves. But I think this one's pretty good. I might take that big rack off, like maybe leave that like off to the side, like optional, you know what I mean? Or look for a better rock, because that one's not perfect. I just seen it and I seen it was flat and I was like, ooh, look at that. But it's kind of thick. If I can find a thin flat rock, like a piece of slate or something, I might have some red slate at my house. Like landscaping slate. I don't know. But that's it. So, when I fart around here, I might start a little fire. I don't know. We'll see. Alright, here's a little quick tour of the place. Got the good old peg. Holding my peg still. Alright. New and improved main support beam. The bench does not roll. It's in good shape. The flathead frame, that's going to get covered. And so is this lean-to, obviously. This will all get covered. And then we got the crick. And quick little fire pit. And I'm debating, I might actually build another, like extend those 3 logs this way. Because this is going to be like I'm going to have some kind of a bushcraft table or something here. You know, it'll be all natural. Either pegged or notched together, or a combination of the two. A little table right here. And then continuation of the wall. And I always walk through here though, to get back here, because I do stuff back here still. So I need a chopping block, a decent prep table, and then this will be how I walk back here, because back there, somewhere's in that area, we're going to do a bathroom, because we want to be able to hang out here. Eventually, nature's going to call. So we got that there. And I do have that pile of debris I want gone. So I think I'm going to start a quick fire. Start burning some of that. Not a big fire, just something small. I want to just kind of dry out some of the dirt Start a small fire just to dry these rocks out a little bit. That and fire pits don't look right unless they have ashes in them, right? So let's rock and roll.